Hey, what is going on, guys? Jack here, or Emerald, and welcome back to another Minecraft video where today something very special is happening. So I'm playing a new map here, right? It's on the MinecraftMaps.com website. It's currently at 1,500 downloads, and it's gotten very positive reviews. So the maker of this map is actually, to be honest, this guy. Yeah, okay, so yes, I made a map, I know. The map was made for PopularMMOs and GamingWithJen because they were hosting a competition, and I thought, you know what, I'll enter. But the one thing I was very disappointed in was I didn't actually get it done in time, sadly. So basically, I was making the map before they even announced the competition. I just started on work, started working on it, and I didn't quite get it done in time for the competition. I was like a week late on it, so I actually just posted it to the MinecraftMaps.com website instead, and hopefully Pat will see it there. I don't know, we'll see. This video is kind of just going to be a bit of a tutorial for those of you who don't know how to play the map properly, because I've seen a few people play it at this stage, and there's a bit of confusion around some of the things, because, okay, it was a very difficult map to make, I'll say that much. I'm sorry, my frames are a bit choppy. It was a very difficult map to make purely because it's based around dimensions and like dimension jumping and stuff like this, so it was very, very hard with the command blocks and stuff for this one. And I made a custom resource pack, as you can see, based on these little models here and the different textures on the doors and such. Like, I made a custom resource pack. It's built into the map. I'll probably update the map on the actual website, because I have to include the resource pack and probably a tutorial video, this tutorial video anyway, so I'll update it there when that happens. But anyway, yeah, so there'll be a link, of course, to my map down in the description, which is very weird to say. This is my first ever Minecraft map. I've never made one before. I'm pretty psyched about it, to be honest, because, you know, it's a pretty big deal, and it's gotten very positive reviews so far, and I'm very excited. So if you literally click on these, you can see all the channel links for the different mod makers, or not the YouTubers and stuff. There's me, there's PopularMMOs, and there is GamingWithJen. So anyway, there's 3 books in here. This one's just for Pat and Jen. You don't really have to read that. It's for them, to be honest. But if you want, I guess you can read it, but I don't really. I mean, whatever. This is a recycling bin. You can use it to recycle your items that you're not going to use. You can literally just toss something in here, or you can right click it and put it in yourself like that. And if it does get full, which it probably won't, but if it does, you can just click this and it'll empty itself anyway. So yeah, so anyway, we're going to have rules and settings. Some people have only been reading the rules and settings. They haven't read the information book at all, and that's a very important book. So okay, so if you are playing this map, make sure to read the information book, okay? It's very important. Now, this thing over here is only for Pat's character, so it will not work for anyone else except PopularMMOs Minecraft character. So I'm very sorry about that, but that's just the way it is. So anyway, let's go to the rules and settings first. Playing game mode 2, adventure mode, that's fair enough. Playing on 60 render distance. This isn't completely, what's it called, compulsory. You don't have to do this, but it just makes the map look a lot better if you play on 60 render distance. You don't really have to, per se, because, like, I can't really run it either myself. I don't have 16 render distance. My computer cannot handle that, but anyway. Play without mods except Optifine. This is kind of like, you know, just anything that doesn't mess with command blocks, basically. Like world edit and such. As long as you don't have world edit and such, like messing up command blocks, you should be okay, to be honest. Yeah, you have to play each level in order. This is the most important thing. You have to play each level in order, or else it won't work properly. That's the one thing about this map. You have to do each level in order, or else it will not work. I'm just making that clear right now. Command blocks have to be enabled if you're on a server. So if you're playing with more than one person, you'll probably need to have the resource pack. That's why I forgot to include it on the download page, but the resource pack will be going there as soon as I possibly can get a link to it. So yeah, you guys can download that, and then you can use it if you have people playing with you. So this map was made for your competition, blah 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 blah. The recent beast will not work unless it's Pat's character. So the objective is to play through each dimension, level, or dimension in order to collect the 5 eternity stones to stop the Dark One. It's pretty much story based, let's be honest. The door to the right of the room is the armory. That's the one over here. This is the armory. This is where you can equip gear to aid you in your journey. Armor is unlocked by acquiring armor keys, which are at the start of each of the dimensions. If you didn't know, they're in shulker boxes, and you make sure to check every shulker box when you join a new dimension. By the way, just saying. So yeah, the shulker boxes. Make sure to check all the shulker boxes. The room to the north of this one, over here, is the first room. That is the water world. That is where you can go to start the actual map. And you have to collect 5 fragments in each of the dimensions. Do not leave the dimension without the fragment. Make sure you get the fragment before you leave the dimension, okay? That's the most important part, to be honest. Well, it's not... Okay, it's... I don't know if it's the most important, but it's like extremely important to be honest. Okay, so they can be hidden around the map. They can be gotten from bosses, found in chests, and like when you're leaving the dimension, they'll probably be there as well. So make sure to check them before you leave. So make sure to check chests. Yep, the recycling bin. Yep. Okay, so make sure, this is the most important part. You have to follow this order or else the map won't work properly. So the order is water, cloud, moon, frost, hell, question mark, we'll see what that is later, and the underworld. So yeah, as you can see, question mark, you'll see it on your journey. There you go. The rooms are ordered I to V, which is I over here, and then V is over here. And of course, have the resource pack installed, which already is with the map, and enjoy the map. So yeah, let's put these back, and we can begin our journey. This guy is also a bit of an Easter egg. You can find him in each of the worlds, except for the last one, but we'll get to that in just a sec. So anyway, let's begin the map here. I've been explaining long enough. I just wanted to get it out of the way and tell you guys actually how to play this properly, because there's been a bit of confusion around it. So anyway, when you click this, the multiverse is in danger. It'll just give you a bit of dialogue. It'll show you like what the different rooms do. This, as you can see, use the 5 eternity fragments to create the eternity stone. This is the armory we're looking at right now. This is where you can get all the gear. This is like the armor keys. When you get armor keys, you place them on each of these blocks here, and you can unlock the new weapon or piece of armor, depending on whichever one you're going for. And it'll automatically put you into game mode 2 after the little intro thing, so that's pretty cool, I guess. So there's 2 sets of armor here. You can pick between whichever one you want. This one, of course, was designed for Pat. This one was designed for Jen. We're gonna go with this one because it looks cool. And well, I guess we can mix and match. Why not? Let's just put on these, and we can put on like these or something. I don't know. Yeah, yes, looks good. Looks good. Okay. So yeah, there's also 3 weapons you start off. Why is my mouse doing so weird things? Okay, so you start off with these 3 weapons. You have the novice katana, you have the marvelous musket, and you have the dwarven shield. And this is musket ammo. You only need 1, so do keep that in mind. And I like to put it in my offhand just because it's easier, so you can right click and you can hit things at the same time. And this sign actually says all weapons can be spam clicked, so you can actually spam click, which is really cool. So this is the first room right here, the I guess you can call it room. This is just a character from Pat's series, and this is the water dimension, the first one that was in the book. So let's go in here. And we are now in Limbo. Limbo is basically like a kind of like hub where you can go to each of the dimensions whenever you stand on this pressure plate right here. So welcome to Limbo. This is the main hub where you get access to all the different dimensions. Recently it has become unstable. You must act quickly before the multiverse is crushed by the dark magic attacking. And when you're ready, you press this. And oh, my mouse is doing weird things. I'm very sorry. What is happening? Okay, I think I fixed it. Alright. So anyway, when you're ready, you press that, and then this will crack open, and you can go up here. And this is the first world. And then this guy will talk to you. Welcome, travelers. We've been told of your mission to unite the 5 fragments to defeat the Dark One. The first fragment you seek is around the village somewhere. Little Johnny was playing with it last, I believe. We currently have a situation in the ocean below. The vicious anglers are killing all our fish supply. We should kill as many as possible, and once we have gotten 14 shards, bring them to me, and I'll give you the key and leave the dimension using the portal room below. So this is the first shulker box. This is an armor key, which you can use. It can be placed on Prismarine in the armor room, and you can also get a new weapon from that. So that is pretty cool. Now, this guy will trade us the 14 Prismarine shards for the pressure plate, which you place on that room down there on that block of emerald. So we have to go down and we have to kill the anglers, which are stealing the fish supply. So as you can see, there's a bunch of houses around here, and you basically have to search through these houses to try find the fragment. And I'll just tell you right now, the fragment is in this house right here. And there's also some water breathing potions in each of the houses. But we don't really need those because, like, with the armor I've given, it's really powerful anyway. So you don't even die of water damage pretty much. So we don't really need it. And we have unlimited hunger anyway, so that's pretty cool. So we go down here, and then these guys will start spawning in very slowly. And as you can see, there's already a shard here, just to show you, for example. And then these guys will spawn in. And you basically have to kill these guys over and over until you have 14 shards. And then you're good to go. So let's just keep chopping them down. Okay, they spawn actually pretty slowly, I think. So, I mean, you can just go to each one, and it'll probably spawn a new one faster, I would say. But yeah, you can just kind of like wait around for them if you want. I don't mind. It's up to you, I guess. Alright, so as you can see, I've now collected 14, well 16 I guess you can say, of the shards, and we can trade these guys in with the aquatic villager here, and he will give us the stone pressure plate. And now we can go back down into the deep ocean, and we can place this on the emerald block right down there, and it'll open up the key back to the overworld dimension, which you spawn in at the very beginning. So that's kind of cool. So let's just, it's very slow to sync for some reason, I don't know why. There's also depth stride on the boots just to make it a bit easier, and feather falling to negate a bit of fall damage. So that's something you should keep in mind. So down we go, and we're now back in the overworld. So yeah, we also have the armor key, which can be placed on Prismarine. So if we go up here and we press, or if you place it down on this block, and right click, it'll unlock the Aqua Sword. And we can use the Aqua Sword, and it has +3 attack damage and knockback 2, which is pretty good. Because a lot of the mobs have pretty low HP, but when it gets obviously further on, they will have more HP as it goes. So yeah. And if we go through here, you can see Lenny and Chad are speaking, and it's just a bit of dialogue, you know, to just a bit of like Easter egg stuff from the Crafting Dead, if you don't know Pat's series. And we'll go into this room, and this guy Jellybean is now telling us that you must finish each dimension in order, starting with Cloud, Moon, then Ice in this room here, which is room 2. Yeah, room 2 up there. So we can actually finish these dimensions in order, and then we go into the next one, which is room 3, and so on and so forth. So the next one is the Cloud dimension. So if we go in here, you can see we're back in Limbo, and if we go back on the pressure plate, it'll teleport us to the Cloud dimension, and this place looks really cool, I think, personally. So we can actually grab this here, the first, or the shulker box of this dimension, I should say. We can do a bit of parkour down here. And the first thing you want to do in this dimension is you want to go straight over to this villager. I mean, like, you can do whatever you want in this dimension, but I mean, it's just, you kind of have to go to this guy to actually begin the thing. So the shaman villager says, "Brave heroes must help me. An enormous wind came and scattered all my mystical feathers across the land, the clouds. You must retrieve them and bring them to me, and in exchange I'll give you the key and leave the key to leave the dimension. The feathers are in chests like the one to my right. You will also need this one to my left. They may come in useful." So this is what he has on the chest to his left, which he was talking about may coming in useful. The angel wings, which we can swap out our chestplate for, and now we have some really nice little elytra wings. For me, it's just a minecon elytra because that's the texture you get anyway, but for you guys, it'll be a nice feathery texture as your elytra, so that's kind of cool. And we can go collect these golden feathers. I'll just show you right now where the golden feathers are. You can actually, like, you might want to skip to this part of the video because this can be a kind of hard part. It's kind of like an Easter egg hunt where you do have to go find some items, so it can be quite difficult. So if you see these totem poles, stand on them and jump. So these guys basically give you jump boost, and you can just launch off here, and then you want to activate your elytra in midair, and you can just glide down very easily onto the next one and collect the chest. And each island does have one chest, so make sure you get one from each island because they all definitely do have one chest. And there's also 4 hidden around the mainland over there, so make sure to get those ones as well. So let's grab these, and there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that 6? I think it's 6, right? I think there's 6 more left. And then once you collect all of these guys, you're basically good to go. So, yeah. Okay, this one is quite hard, so do keep this one in mind. It's actually like under the cloud, as you can see from where I'm standing. It's right under the cloud. You can sneak over here and you can access it, but it's quite difficult. I actually saw one person who did a video on my map. He was really skilled, actually. He actually boosted off that one over there and flew in. He flew in with the elytra into that spot right down there, and he just stood on the thing and grabbed the chest. It was really cool, actually. That was a really unique way of going about it. I was so happy when I saw that. I was like, wow, that's a really nice way of challenging that, actually. Good job, dude. So anyway, 7 golden feathers have been acquired, and we can go for the next few, and then we should be good to go. Let's trade in these golden feathers. So if we give this guy the golden feathers, he will give us the key, and it can be placed, of course, again on block of emerald. If we go over here, you see a block of emerald. Place this down. There'll be a nice little sound, some particle effects, and you can just simply go on through. And the elytra activated at a really horrible time. Oh my god, okay. Anyway, let's go through here, and yeah, so this is basically the way out, this place up here. This is kind of like a little prison type thing. It's pretty much the way out of this dimension. So just be careful with this section over here, because it can be a bit weird with the barrier blocks. You can hit your head on it a bit sometimes, and it can mess you up a little bit. But anyway, if we go over here into this kind of like prison area type thing, we can step in here, and as you can see, there are now the four horsemen of the apocalypse. We have famine, we have death, we have conquest, and we have war. So they all have different weapons, and they're riding skeleton horses, and they have elytra wings on at the same time. So we can just chop these guys up here, and you have really good armor, so you don't need to worry too much about actually dying to these guys, because you are very, very powerful with this armor. So yeah, you might want to keep that in mind. You can't really die, basically. And I'm taking a lot less knockback. Let's try out the musket, actually, because yeah, let's just pop these nerds with some musket ammo. Okay, Get out of the way. They're also very fast, so just like, you're gonna have a pretty good aim to get rid of them, but yeah, they're definitely killable. They're definitely killable. Okay, let's go over here, and come on, dude. Alright, no, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. And it's really nice the way that you can actually spam click weapons in 1.12. That's the one thing I love about it. The game rule, well, not game rule, the attack speed thing. You can make it as high as you want, so you can basically just spam click like it was 1.8 or something. It's all up to you, really. It's all up to you. And one thing with the ladder is, if you might want to go on the back side of the ladder, because on the front side it doesn't work at all. Some people just got thrown off by that. They were like, why can't I climb this ladder? But it's just one-sided ladder, basically. You can only climb one. But yeah, so this is the vapor fragment. It's in the chest at the very top, so if you do want to get that, you can. And if we go back here, we have the new armor key, which we can place on the block of wool, and we can unlock the mighty feather. Okay, and the next dimension was the moon dimension, as specified by Jellybean here. So if we go through here, we now go to the moon when we step on the pressure plate, and as you can see, we are now on the moon. We're in space. How cool is this? So as you can see, we are now on the moon. The moon is down there. This is kind of like a little asteroid meteor thing, a little thing orbiting the moon. We also have the planet Earth over there. Also a bit like stars and stuff, kind of sparkling. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. So we can actually go down here, and down here you'll find a yellow shortcut box with the next armor key that you can use to get the next weapon. And there's also a bit of a dropper here. Now this is kind of a troll because some people have been following the particle effects down, but you actually just want to avoid the particle effects. Well, not really avoid, but kind of like half follow them, but don't follow them too much. You want to go through here. The particle effects will lead you into the end zone right there, and you will die. So you want to go like the right block of them. So if we go down here, we will land on these slime thingies here, the goo, and we can follow this arrow to the next person. Then you want to follow this trail to the terrestrial villager, and this guy will basically say, greetings, can you please help me get 20 silk to make robes for the village elders? And then he'll give us the key to get out of this dimension after we do that. So you can just literally go around this dimension, around this like area here, and you can go to each of the like stalactites, the pillar things here, and when you stand near them, often the alien crawlers will spawn. There we go, there's a few. So we can use our new weapon to kill these guys, and they will drop the alien silk. And as you can see, we now have 3. There's also one over here. We also have 5 now. So we can just literally keep going around to these pillars, and they will spawn in gradually over time. They spawn pretty quickly actually, but the first spawn usually takes a while. I don't know why. And Frosty, of course, is also in this dimension. If we go up here, he is right in there. Hey, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? He's just a guy from my mod showcases. Don't worry about it. It's just my little Easter egg thing. Anyway, so there's also crawlers over here. Let's go kill these guys. Okay, so now we've now acquired 21 alien silk, and we can now make the trade with the villager for all of the goodness of the key that we can use to escape the dimension, basically. So let's go over here, and hopefully the spider doesn't try to stop us on the way, because I feel like he might. No, I think we're okay, actually. So if we go up here, we can literally just right click on this guy, and we can give him the alien silk, and he will give us a button which can be placed on a block of emerald. And the block of emerald, of course, is over there, so we can literally just hop on over here and place it over here, and boom, we get this really nice little particle effect with some nice sounds. We can hop through here, and as you can see, now a guy will spawn, and he's very, very strong. I'm just gonna say, I couldn't nerf this guy anymore. I tried to nerf him, but when slimes are this big in vanilla Minecraft, they just hurt. They just hurt so much. They're very, very powerful when they have this. So I'm actually going to use the knockback sword and the musket. I highly recommend you use the musket for this guy, because he's very, very strong. These guys don't do as much damage because they're slightly weaker. But basically, when you kill, they still do a lot of damage though. So basically, when you kill the big slime, what's it called? When you kill the big slime, you get the lunar fragment over there, and you get the gooey heart, which you can use to escape the dimension. So if we got the lunar fragment here, we don't need to kill these guys, but we can if we want. I mean, like, it's up to you whether you want to fight them or not, but we can also just go over here, and as you can see, this will say drop the heart. So if you drop the gooey heart there, it'll open this over here, which is the way out of the dimension. So we're just going to hop out right now, and we're back in the overworld. So we can use the new armor key to open the endstone block, and we can get the galactic blade. Wow, I just mispronounced that really terribly. But as you can see, we have the galactic blade, and it has fire aspect 1 with 5 attack damage. So we can also deposit some items we don't need in here. So yeah, we have 3 fragments so far from the 3 dimensions we've gone to. So that means there's 2 fragments left to get from the next dimension, which is the frost. So let's hop through here, and you're gonna see this one. I actually like this one a lot. I really liked designing this one. This was a really fun one to design, I gotta say. So this guy over here is the Arctic villager, and he will say, welcome to the frost, not the warmest place I know. You're here for the fragment, yes? It is known to be at the end of the impossible maze, which is over there. If we go outside, that is the impossible maze over there. And he will trade us what's it called, a frozen gem for the key to enter the maze. He also says be careful of the white walkers on the way. That's the Game of Thrones reference, by the way, if you didn't know. Also almost forgot to grab the armor key for this dimension. So that will unlock a weapon when we get back to the armor room again. So if we go over here, you can see there's also these like ice clusters here, and often white walkers, the guys he was talking about, will spawn from these things. So be careful when you're going into them. Not all of them will spawn them in, but some of them, like this one for example, will spawn in white walkers, and they do a good bit of damage, so do be careful. They're very weak. They can be like one shot basically, but they do a lot of damage, so do keep that in mind. So like if a cluster gets after you, you could take a lot of damage and potentially die, so do keep that in mind. Now I'm just going over here because I know where this is. Obviously this is where the frosted gem is, in this igloo, but you guys will probably have to go on like a scavenger hunt to each of the igloos and try to find where the frosted gem was. So yeah, let's trade this guy his frosted gem, and now we have a key which we can place on the door over here, and then we can begin the maze. So let us do this. Let's just drop this on here, and you can place it on the emerald block and then just right click and the door will disappear and you can go inside. And this maze is it can be quite hard if you don't know it, but of course I know the map because I literally did everything. I spent days making this freaking thing. I think I spent like 48 hours or something total making this map. I just went the wrong way. Oh my god, I just went the wrong way. Okay, so as you can see, I think Frosty's over there, so you can actually go over and see Frosty's an Easter egg if you want. But yeah, I'm just gonna avoid him for now because I just need to get the map, man. I just need to get it done. I think it's down this way, right? I'm actually forgetting where my own map is like going. This is really weird. So a lot of people have been trolled into going that way, but of course it's up this way, and you want to swing right up here, and that'll lead you straight into the end room. And this will be on a pedestal. The frost fragment, it's quite hard to grab when you right click it, but if you just keep right clicking you'll get it eventually. There you go. As you can see, I just grabbed it. So yeah, then you just simply go down into the portal to get out of the dimension. And let's use the new armor key actually to unlock our new weapon here. The new weapon is the icicle. Did a little pun play on words thing there. Yeah. Anyway, so this is the icicle and has 6 attack damage, so it is the strongest weapon so far. So we can actually dump some garbage right here. We can get rid of the novice katana, we won't need that anymore. So yeah, but anyway, after doing that dimension, we can now proceed onto the third room, which is hell. And for this dimension, one thing you have to know is when you die in this dimension, you have to actually go back through the portal again. It doesn't teleport you back there automatically, so you have to actually walk back through from the main room over there all the way back around into this portal here, so do keep that in mind. Yeah, so we have Chuck Norris over here. He's just a little character again for PopularMMO series, so do keep that in mind. Now this dimension, you never go through this dimension. This dimension is corrupted. You never go in here because it's part of the story for it to actually be like a broken dimension. You'll see what it is in a bit. But anyway, let's go through here and we can begin the hell dimension. Now this is actually really cool, and I liked when I was making, because I got to make like a little parkour course, which I thought was pretty nifty. Now these guys are the inhabitants. These are the villagers of this dimension, and as you can see, they're just pure evil. They're not even nice villagers. They will just literally go out of their way to destroy you, and they'll keep spawning in behind you, so do make sure to go quickly when you are in this dimension, because they will follow you if you don't. And there's a bit of like magma block parkour. Now don't worry, you don't have to get to the very end without dying, because that is very difficult. You can get a checkpoint here, and then you're good to go basically, and it'll bring you back to here if you do die, because you do spawn back at there when you actually die in this dimension. And another thing is, when you shift on these, you can actually walk, so that's one thing I guess. And if you go on the edge of these blocks, they won't even affect you at all. So as you can see, I'm not even shifting and I'm not getting hit by the magma, so there you go. And we can literally hop over here. And one thing I would recommend is, yeah, actually you have the dwarven shield while you're doing this, because you take less knockback with the dwarven shield, so you can kind of negate some of the damage you're taking from the magma, and it won't affect you as much. So yeah, there's another checkpoint right there, and then the final checkpoint is when you actually complete this parkour. So if we go over here, some people might struggle with the parkour. It can be quite difficult, but if you have the timing right, you should be fine. And then the final checkpoint will just make like a 2 times bridge over back to the spawn. So then you can go up to this. Oh, actually, hold on. Frosty is right in here, and he just says it's a bit too toasty in here for me. So yeah, we can go back in here, and there's a bit of an elevator. We can step on the pressure plate, and it'll just bring us straight up very slowly. And it can be quite slow, I know, but if I made it any quicker, it wouldn't like add to the effect. And I kind of wanted people to see the parkour as they were going up, so I built in a little kind of like glass thing here for you to enjoy it on the way. But anyway, we get up to here then, and we're greeted with this guy over here, Hudson Abadir. And yeah, so anyway, My name is Hudson Abadir. You may know me as Slenderman. I knew all these dimensions were crumbling before it even began, yet I did nothing. For me to stay alive, any conflict and death. That is why you two must die. So yeah, he's a pretty scary dude, I guess. And he will teleport you in front of him, and then he will get aggressive towards you. So he's basically like Satan or a devil type character, I guess. And you kind of have to kill this guy. And when you kill him, you can leave the dimension. And he does a lot of damage, as you can see. He's doing a crap ton of damage to me right now. And he's quite a bit of health as well, so do keep that in mind. It's just that he doesn't have a lot of movement speed, so you can definitely hit him quite easily, but yeah, he's still a pretty hard guy to kill nonetheless. So as you can see, like a lot of health, as you can see. It's just, I've said as you can see a lot in this video actually. Anyway, so yeah, as you can see, I just said it again. Anyway, when you kill him, you'll get a Scorch Fragment and Hudson Ashes. These are pretty much useless. You can just discard them when you get back to the Overworld dimension. But the blindness will wear off very soon. But for now, we can just head over to this way, and we can head up through the ladder over here, or the vines, I guess, whatever you want to call them. We can go up through here, and this is the portal out. It's covered by fire, and this is the door key, which we can use to escape this dimension. There's no actual armor key in this dimension, though. It's just a door key for this one. So now we have the 5 Scorch Fragments, but on our way back, something does happen if we step on the special plate, as you can see. Limbo is becoming unstable. There may only be one teleportation left after this one. That's me saying that to the player. So when we get into this dimension, what is happening? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Am I glitching a block? That never happens. Oh my god, of all the videos I've seen of this, and all the times I've played it, that never happened. Interesting. It's probably just a bug. Just go into game mode 1 if that does happen. But yeah, so you get 2 armor keys in this dimension when you start off. This is Limbo. You can get 2 armor keys. You get the obsidian, one that can be placed on obsidian, wow, it's a tongue twister, and one that can be placed on a block of diamond. So yeah, do keep that in mind. Now, this is kind of cool. This is like invisible parkour, so you kind of have to like, if you've ever seen that Indiana Jones movie, it's like Temple of Doom, I think it is, where they have to walk across the leap of faith stuff, across the like invisible path, basically. That's what this is. You do like invisible parkour over that, and there's kind of like a guide underneath with the concrete or the glowstone or whatever to show you the way over. So yeah. If we get out of here, we can then go back to the overworld room, and we can use all our keys, and we can then make the eternity stone, because we have the 5 eternity fragments. And as you can see, we have Frosty here saying good luck in there. So if we go down back through here, or not back through here, we'll get into this room. This is quite laggy, this thing here. It took a long time to make this. It's quite laggy, so just walk straight out when you get in there. But anyway, so welcome, so-called chosen ones. This dimension is becoming unstable, and that will mean only one remains. If you ever want to get out to want to get to it, you'll have to beat my superior memory. Hint, repeat the sequence of mobs the Reaper shows you, but don't click the ones you've already gotten. The lights indicate which ones you got. Okay, so he showed a sequence, but I was reading the thing at the time, so you can just literally guess. I'll just guess the one that's wrong. This is wrong. So if we guess this, these will block up again. If it is wrong, these will block up, and the sequence will repeat again in a second. So if we just wait, it does take quite a while for the sequence to repeat, but it will, don't worry. So if we just give it a second. As you can see, it's pig, ocelot, creeper, pig, skeleton, villager. So pig, and as you can see, if we guess it right, this will go green, and then it was ocelot. So if we guess this right, it'll go green, and then it was creeper. If we guess this right, green, and if we guess one wrong, it'll just okay, pig's actually the right one, so I have to guess one wrong. This will block up because we're wrong, and it'll repeat the sequence again. But when you're doing this, don't repeat the ones you've already gotten. So let's say you got the pig already, and you got the ocelot and the creeper, which are the 3 we already have here. So if you got those ones right, don't repeat them when you're doing the sequence a second time. So the next one in the sequence was the pig. So if we do this, we're good to go. And the next one after that was the skeleton. So that's that one. And then we can click the villager, and that's it. We have all 6 done. So we now have beaten the Reaper, and he will go away. What? No, there's no way you could have beaten me. It doesn't matter. Oh, portal's about to spawn there in a second. There you go. No way you could have. It doesn't matter. You may have defeated me, but you won't defeat, or you won't stand a chance against the Dark Lord. So then we can go back through this portal room and leave this dimension. And now we have our 3 keys which we can use. So we can go over here and use this one, which is a block of diamond key. We can place this on here. Why can't I place it? Oh, it's this one. Then we can open these, and as you can see, we will now get a full set of eternal armor, which is very, very strong. It's way stronger than the armor we have now. So we can throw this on, and there's also 2 more keys. So this is the obsidian one, which is for the final weapon in this room, and we can get the Reaper Scythe, which has smite 5 and 8 attack damage, so it's very, very powerful. And then we can make the best thing about this, which is the Eternity Stone. So we can craft this here, 5 Eternity Fragments to make the Eternity Stone. So we can literally just put these guys in the crafting table, but they have to be in the right recipe. Like that's displayed over there on the left side. So as you can see, it's red, blue, green, and purple in the middle, and then yellow on top. and that will give us the Eternity Stone. And then we can literally use this to give to this guy over here called the Collector. So when we give this guy the Eternity Stone, he'll give us 2 Eternity Gauntlets, because you're supposed to play this with a friend, but you don't really have to. Just so if you do have a friend, you can like split them, and then each of you can have an Eternity Gauntlet. So yep, there you go. And yeah, so now we have the Eternity Gauntlet, and we can use the final button, which can be placed on a certain door in the house, which is this one, can be placed on Block of Gold. So we can right click this, and this of course is room 5, the Underworld, the final dimension, the final boss. Let's do this. Alright, and then we get to here, and we step on the breastplate again. Okay, so I'm actually recording this the day after I was recording the last few dimensions, I guess you could say. But yeah, I had to take a quick break. Very sorry about that, but there was some stuff that had to be taken care of. So this is actually being recorded like I think, when did I record? 2 days after I recorded the other parts. So yeah, anyway, this is the final dimension. This is the Underworld, and yeah, so in the brief break between when I was recording the other parts and this one, a YouTuber called Manucraft, I don't know if you know him, he has 3 million subscribers. He's a Spanish YouTube channel, and he has started doing a mini-series on this world, which is really cool. And he's doing like, I think 6 episodes. He's done 4 so far. He's done the water, he's done cloud, he's done moon, and he's done ice today. So it's actually really exciting seeing my map get played by someone who is like a good following. It's really, really cool, and it's actually bringing on my YouTube channel quite a bit. I've gotten quite a few subscribers just from his video alone, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, anyway, moving on here. This is the final boss. Alright, so you go up here, and then you walk through this, and then some nice music starts to play. Oh boy. So you managed to forge the gauntlet then. I knew these fools in the other realms would never be able to protect the fragments. No matter, I'll deal with things myself as always. And now, the Dark Lord is Herobrine. Now you will know what true power looks like, and now he will attack you. And he does a crap ton of damage. Trust me, where's my gauntlet? Here it is. Okay. Sorry, I'm really out of practice here. And you'll have to fight these guys too. Now make sure to hit the invisible one, because these are illusioners. And illusioners basically, they were never added fully to the game, but like they kind of, they're illusioners obviously, and they're like trying to confuse you. So they'll make like 4 clones of themselves, but none of the clones are actually, you just kill them as own boys, and none of the clones are actually the right one. The right one is actually invisible, so you make sure to look where they're, okay, so if they're looking at you from a certain angle, make sure to hit at that angle backwards. It's a long story. Anyway, let's just finish Herobrine off here, and yeah, this guy is, he does some serious damage. Because we have such strong power from the gauntlet, we're taking a lot of damage just very nicely right now. We're taking a lot of damage very nicely, and I hope you guys do like the music. I just kind of found this really nice track that I just thought, you know what, this is really cool. Let's put this in the final boss fight. And don't worry, it's royalty free, so you won't get copyright striked if you were doing a YouTube video on this. So yeah, that's just a bit of a heads up in case you are wondering, because I've seen it happen before with music in a map and people getting copyright striked. It can happen. It can happen. This one is royalty free though, so you can use it and no one will say anything. So there we go. And Herobrine has been defeated, and we get the final button, which is the last key and can be placed on the block of emerald over here. Congratulations, thanks for playing. You did it, thank you for bringing peace to the land, heroes. The world will return to its former glory quite soon. And then this portal will open up behind you, and you can just quickly exit out. And here we are back in the overworld, and now as you can see, oh my god, my sensitivity is really weird. If we look outside, it is daytime now. It's no longer dark in the world, everything's been restored, it's all good, good. And that pretty much does wrap up the map. So, yeah, I've seen quite a few videos played of this now, actually, since I last recorded the other part, because I just took a few days to like, see how the video was doing, or how the map was doing, I should say. It's currently at 2,700 downloads, I think, which is really, really crazy, actually, and it's been played by quite a few YouTubers at this stage. I'm very pleased with the progress it's making. I never intended for this map to like be played by the public even. It was just supposed to be for PopularMMOs, but now that it is being played by the public, I couldn't be happier, honestly. So yeah, that's pretty much just what I wanted to say. I hope you do enjoy the map, and just make sure to do each of the dimensions in order. That's one of the most important things you have to remember with this map. I'll probably update the description of the actual map page on minecraftmaps.com to have the resource pack for if you're playing with friends. They will need to have the resource pack downloaded and installed, because it'll only work in single player with the actual built-in resource pack. So just download both of them anyway, and you should be good to go if your friend installs the resource pack. And yeah, so I'll do a few patches, I think, of this, because There isn't any bugs, really. It's just a few small details. Like, people are getting confused sometimes with some of the books and stuff. I don't know, they're just kind of not reading information or rules and settings, so I have to make it a bit more obvious or something, I guess. And, like, maybe fix the NPCs a bit, I don't know. I thought I did an okay job, but I can do a few more patches if that's what it takes. But anyway, yeah, so that's pretty much going to do it for this. And do make sure, just please, if you are recording this map for YouTube, do make sure to link my channel in the description of your video and give me a shout out at the start, because that'd be kind of cool. You just right click this here and it'll give you the link to my channel, and you can just, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that'll pretty much do it for this one, guys. I am doing exams at the moment, so video uploads will be a bit sketchy over the next while, but hopefully I'll be back on track tomorrow, because I'm actually done tomorrow, which is really cool, and I can start getting back onto the YouTube grind this weekend, hopefully. So yeah, that's pretty much going to do it here. Hope you do enjoy the map anyway, if you do play it with friends or on your own, whichever you prefer. And if you do, make a YouTube video on it, make sure to link it to me, because I would love to see it. I love watching my map get played, dude, it's so cool. But yeah, anyway, once again, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, of course, if you are new. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.